Sometimes a knock at the door leads to something far beyond the ordinary. The storm outside was unrelenting, rattling the windows and drenching everything in its path. Lucas and I had settled in for a quiet night, the flicker of candles filling the room with a warm glow. But then, a knock at the door interrupted the stillness. Standing there was a young man, soaked from head to toe. "My car broke down," he said, his voice soft but steady. "Could I use your phone?" Lucas, always quick to act, invited him in without hesitation. The man introduced himself as Ethan, a quiet gratitude evident in his expression as he accepted a towel and a warm drink. At first, his words were measured, his movements reserved, but Lucas's humor and easy charm soon eased the tension. The three of us began talking, the storm outside a distant backdrop to the growing connection inside. After some time, Lucas offered to check Ethan's car. The two men disappeared into the rain, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Something about Ethan intrigued me, though I couldn't quite explain why. When they returned, Lucas's expression carried a familiar spark, one I knew well. "Why don't we make this night more memorable?" he asked, his voice casual yet suggestive. Ethan glanced between us, curiosity flickering in his eyes. I stepped closer to him, a soft smile playing on my lips. "Maybe tonight doesn't have to end so soon," I said. Ethan hesitated, his gaze shifting to Lucas as if searching for approval. Lucas gave him a reassuring nod, leaning back against the chair with an air of quiet confidence. I reached out, my fingers lightly brushing Ethan's arm. The touch, though small, seemed to dissolve the tension between us. He smiled faintly, stepping just a little closer. When his hand found mine, his fingers lingering for a moment longer than expected, the room seemed to grow quieter, more intimate. Ethan's movements, though cautious at first, grew more assured as the moments passed. The unspoken rhythm between us was undeniable. When he leaned in, his lips brushing against mine in a tentative kiss, there was no hesitation in my response. The kiss deepened, not hurried, but deliberate, as though testing the boundaries of trust and connection. Lucas watched quietly from the corner, his steady presence grounding the moment, a silent reminder of the strength of our bond. As the night progressed, the space between us disappeared entirely. Every movement felt intentional, each gesture filled with unspoken meaning. Ethan's hand gently traced the curve of my back, his touch both careful and bold. The intimacy between us grew naturally, building on the trust that Lucas and I had always nurtured. There were no grand declarations, just a shared understanding that this moment was meant to unfold exactly as it did. The hours passed, each one adding to the quiet intensity of the evening. Lucas's occasional glances, his calm demeanor, and Ethan's growing confidence wove a seamless dynamic that felt as natural as it was unexpected. By the time the storm outside began to wane, the connection we had created was unshakable, a shared experience that redefined the night. When morning came, Ethan thanked us before heading back to his car. His gratitude was understated, his smile carrying more than words ever could. As the door closed, Lucas turned to me with a look that spoke volumes. "Sometimes, the best nights come from the most unexpected moments," he said. I nodded, sipping my coffee, the warmth of the memory settling over me. This wasn't just a fleeting night. It was a reminder of how trust and openness could transform the ordinary into the extraordinary.